Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Garage Studio Modelers. I'm Dave Forrest, this is my good friend
Harvey Lowe.
And again, remember we're on the new channel, Garage Studio Modelers,
Yes.
so please do give us a like and subscribe. On today's episode, Harvey's got one of his brand new creations, and this is...
It's a float plane.
It's a float plane. This looks stunning.
Yes.
This looks stunning.
We're going to talk about this.
Now this is 1/72nd scale, if you can believe it.
Yes.
That is massive. That is a big 72nd scale.
72nd scale. It is an Italian Cant 511. I can't believe I actually built this.
I can't believe it even.
That's my Italian joke. I'm sorry to our Italian audience. All right, so this is an Italian float plane of World War II, the Cant 511, that actually flew. It's not a what if. Did it actually see service in combat? No, but it flew. It test flew a few times, and it actually existed. I think they built two of them.
No, this looks like a Condor.
It does. It does.
A
I think it's its own indigenous design.
Huh.
So, just a bit about it. It was designed, obviously, by Italy for long-range flights between their colonies. You know, like Africa, even as far as South America. And so they needed a long-range float plane to do that. Their three-engine 506s and other ones just didn't have the range.
Now, were these ever... did they start off life as a civilian aircraft?
Yes.
They did.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of the fuselage. But they eventually went right into a military role for cargo transport and personnel. You can see by this thing, it's extremely aerodynamic, made for long-range flights, no defensive armament. However, in my digging up of research on this, these aircraft were eventually slated for production with defensive armament in the form of an upper turret, a lower turret, and even guns at the sides of the passenger windows,
right,
to make it, if it went into production, as one of the most, if not the most heavily defensive float plane ever made. But they never got there, right? Both aircraft were destroyed because they didn't want them to fall in Allied hands. And again, there's people on the web that probably know a little bit more. It's just a fascinating aircraft that not many people know about.
That is it's a beautiful looking aircraft, and I love the blue gray color.
Yeah, and we'll talk a bit about that too. It is, if you want all the details of this bird and the model, it is in the current issue, I think December, of Scale Aircraft Modeling. I hope I got that right. November. So I got models in back-to-back issues. One is a Key 57 Topsy. We could talk about that one. And then this one follows. I believe it's the December issue of Scale Aircraft Modeling. So they're through Guideline Publications. Gary Hatcher's a great editor to work with. It's in there now, so pick up a copy and you'll learn all about it. The model is from a company called Rare Bird Models.
Rare
Bird Models. You'll just type in Google Rare Bird Models, and this particular model is on their website. It's relatively new. It only released a couple of months ago.
Now, is this a resin kit?
It's resin.
All resin.
It's all resin 3D.
3D print resin.
3D print resin, and we'll talk a bit about that. They make this model in 72, which is what this is, and 1/44.
No.
And when I spoke to the...
I thought you were going to say 1/48 for a second.
Well, as we're getting to that, because Robert asked me offline about that, I did ask the owner of the company, you ever consider a 1/48 or dare say a 1/32?
1/32.
You can't. You know why? The resin printing plates are not big enough. You'd have to do it in sections.
Yeah.
And this model is done in sections.
And this is big enough.
It's big enough
for 72nd.
Yeah. The fuselage on this thing is in sections, as we'll see when we go through some of the photos online, which we'll show in a minute. But this bird, what'd you say the wingspan is in inches on this thing now? About 1.5 feet? Maybe?
Yeah, close to 18 inches.
18 inches?
16
like
inches
that?
anyways, yeah.
Bigger than a 1/32nd Kotar 109 K.
Yes. Wait, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
The aircraft was apparently unique in many ways. It was so big.
I mean, this looks like a 48 scale 2-engine bomber.
It does. It does.
Like the same overall size, right?
Here's some trivia about this aircraft. It had levels within the fuselage for passengers and luggage, which isn't really that unique. But apparently, they could do carry cargo in the floats. So they could crawl through a tunnel and go down the little, support there, and a guy could crawl into the
Really?
pontoons.
I would not want to be that guy.
No. Especially when it's bouncing on the... That's what I've read on the internet.
Wow.
So it was made for... And apparently, I don't know if they could crawl to the engines, maybe through the wings, to do engine maintenance while it's flying. Like it monitor the engines without obviously landing. So no fixed landing gear version of this ever existed. It was only a float plane. So we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but just to talk a bit back about Rarebird models, on the screen we're going to take a look at the box art right now, and you can see the box art. It comes in a sturdy box, which is typical of any third-party cottage.
If you don't mind my asking, I'll put you on the spot, but how much would this go for roughly?
You'd ask that.
I would ask that.
It's not cheap. I think it was like $250. I can't even remember. I was going to say this would be at least $300 to $400 maybe.
Yeah,
I can't recall.
$300 to
It's not for the people that you got money to spend. It's just that I really love the aircraft.
It's a unique subject.
It's unique. So the risk that you have with these things is, do you spend thinking that Tamiya's going to release it? I doubt whether Tamiya will release it.
No, this is. You'll never.
Right? It doesn't have the use and familiarity for a major manufacturer to release it.
Like, I've only built 2 of them.
Yeah, I haven't seen to be honest, can you think of an injection company that has released a very unique aircraft, one of a kind? It's pretty hard. I can't think of one. Really, it's pretty
Maybe, I don't know, like who's built the Spruce Goose or things like that, but they're famous, right?
But they're famous.
They're famous. Like, this type of thing is obscure.
It's very obscure.
That's amazing.
There's the box art. Now, be aware that when you go to Rarebird Models, by the way, great company. I don't work for them. The owner and I have chatted, and he took my model to put on his website because take a guess how long it took me to build this thing. It's complex. Is this?
I don't know, you're pretty quick and you're retired,
Yeah.
so I don't know, maybe a couple months? 3 months?
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
It was an easy build because, first of all, you can buy the kit with optional things. Like, it's an option to have an interior. I didn't buy the interior.
Interior?
There's an interior.
That's like putting an interior in a submarine. Like,
yeah,
how
you
would
can't
see anything?
Personally, yeah, I didn't bother. Not to say that that's not a good thing that they did, but I just decided not to.
Yeah,
it comes with the cabin.
Yeah, the
but
cockpit.
You can buy the interior with it. The other thing to be aware of is this is the only scheme that this aircraft saw that actually flew. The other options they give you are civilian markings, but those are what-ifs. It never saw any type of civilian. Now, there's a photo of what the cockpit looks like.
Is that all one piece, or?
So the nose is one piece, and then the seat. That's one piece.
That's all one piece. So the seats are printed in situ like that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it slides right in the nose, so you don't have to worry about a seam. And you notice how modular.
Great. That's fantastic.
Right? It's very modular. It just fits.
See, that's the beauty. I mean, I 3D print. I mean, as much as some people kind of rail against it, it's kind of cheating, but I just think it just opens up so many possibilities.
But that's why I could do it in 3 weeks. Because otherwise, that'd be a half. You put
so
the nose.
So it's largely a painting exercise. Almost.
It's painting exercise. So that's the cockpit painted up. A lot of Italian aircraft were in this light green color, and again, I'm guessing because you really can't.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can see a bit of it. You can see a bit of it.
Yeah, I actually used, believe it or not, Tamiya. They have a Japanese light cockpit green.
That's what you use for this?
That's all I used.
Yeah.
Like, nobody talks about FS colors much. There is another angle. The instrument panel is pretty basic. No dials like you did on your Qatar line. Just, you paint it. You paint it.
Yeah.
You're not going
to see anything. But
you're not going to see it.
It looks great in the picture, though.
Right.
You know it's there.
I know it's there. The kit does give you these masks, but again, the annoyance is they don't give you the mask, they give you the diagram. So I had to
So you have to,
cut it on my vinyl cutter.
yeah. But at least you have that option.
I have that
That's
option.
good. It's good to have a friend with a vinyl cutter.
And this is just where any type of limited run, whether it's 3D or resin, the vacuform canopy is usually what they give you. You have to cut it. Now I show a nail clipper. You can buy these nail clippers that are straight. You can get them I think Omomo is a Japanese store in Canada. You can buy them there. Don't get the curved ones. Get the straight ones because I find they're very useful when you're removing vacuform canopies.
Right.
And cutting them and trimming them. Okay? And you can see I've got the masks on that I cut from my vinyl cutter.
Nice.
I mentioned the model's modular. See? It's kind of like slide molding.
And those are,
It's
and
a
that,
tube.
like that tail section, that's all one piece?
Yes.
Wow. Now, how'd you, I guess we'll get to this, but curious to see how you got them to fit together, and what did you have to do to, or did you do anything to increase the stability at the bottom?
I did. You could add these little flanges,
Yeah.
which I did out of styrene.
Yeah.
But otherwise, and I painted it black. You can't see.
Yeah.
But it's neat that you can see those two pieces are actually two pieces. And you notice on the left side of the fuselage, the wing root is already done for you, so the dehedral is done. You don't have to worry about a seam where the wing hits the fuselage. It's quite well engineered, right?
That is nice.
There's another example. See, they give you the metal rod. They give it to you, and there's a slot for it. So I could literally pick this thing up at one wing. I'd rather not.
Yeah, let me try.
But
No.
your fingerprints after he's had pizza. But it'll hold. Like if you lift this, no problem, and I'll flip it up.
Yeah, let's not tempt fate here with
No.
this, but that's great engineering. That is amazing.
It is.
Wow.
And now that odd-looking, funky piece in front of it is my poor attempt at doing an interior. Okay, it's not to knock Rarebird and giving you that option, because they give you seats and there's fuel tanks in there. This is out of styrene and out of the spare parts box. I don't even know what those two silver pieces are.
And where would those go?
Slides right through the front of that nose into the fuselage itself.
Like into this section
Yes.
here, basically.
And so when you look through the windows, you can see the remnants of it.
Like just some rib, like
That's
the
it.
sidewall ribbing and things
That's
like
it.
that. Yeah.
That's just to replicate the two fuel tanks.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
There's nothing else in there. This photo, I love this stuff. This is the acrylic Mr. Surfacer. I love it. It's not the lacquer-based one. It's the water-based one. And believe it or not, I use that for when the segments of the fuselage join together. It's a hairline, so you don't even need a lot of putty. I just used this acrylic stuff.
It's good stuff. Yeah, you turned me
love
on to this, and
Love it.
I agree. I'm a big fan. Now, how did you sand that back, or do you
Sand it back, yeah.
You sand it back.
Yeah, but you could even, when you put it on wet, you can brush it with your finger.
Yeah, I usually like sometimes if I work it into a seam.
Yeah.
I'll just use alcohol to
Yeah.
remove it after the
Yeah.
fact, right? So
Yeah.
so I'm not sanding and destroying anything
Absolutely.
around it, right? Like if I just want to fill a seam type of thing, it's
Absolutely.
great for that. Yeah, it's a great tool.
Now, while you're looking at this, people say, they always 3D print, they got serrations. You can kind of see them, but when you finish the model in the primer, you really don't see them, do you? So the company has done a really good job. So that whole central piece is one
That's one piece.
Holy
shit.
With the metal rod.
That's incredible. Yeah.
That's incredible.
That is nice.
And notice it's got the flanges at the wing there to join with the outer wings to give it a little more stability.
Yeah, I see those.
Now, the reason why this particular model has the holes there is you could actually buy the additional optional parts to make the hypothetical armed version, which never saw production. But they give you could buy it to give a turret. So I filled them in because the one that flew didn't have them. So be aware that if you see the ones with the turrets, they are what ifs. She never flew with them. Now, that little Italian man torpedo, they give you two in this kit.
Huh.
Why, you say?
Why?
Why?
That was my next question.
Because, and
why the hell?
Robert's smiling at us because he knows he's going to ask us. These aircraft were designed in one of their special missions to house two of these things, fly them across the Atlantic, drop them off New York City, and take these suckers into New York Harbor and sink some ships. That's one of the missions it was designed for. Never carried it out, but they were designed to carry 2 of these manned torpedoes. I think they're called, my Italian's horrible, Miale human torpedoes. Italy makes one in 135th. These are 72nd. And that, I did the dolly. I scratched out the dolly because I wanted to display one outside of the aircraft. That's one piece.
That's all one piece.
That's one piece. And we're going to, we're going to break to show you on the camera. That's one piece. Here, you hold it. One piece.
That was amazing.
Everything's one piece. And I painted them olive green because apparently that was their color. But everything is just one.
Even that little valve or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
You get
I don't know if you can zoom in on this. Let me put it down so my fingers aren't in the way. But
you see it, like Robert? Can you zoom in on that?
But the detail is stunning.
And it's 72nd. The only one that exists.
That's incredible.
It's incredible. And it's pretty easy to paint up in weather. And that dolly is just from the spare parts because I have no idea what the dollies look like. Now,
that is beautiful.
If you're still on the camera, you're going to have to zoom. Look, check the underside. There's the other one.
Oh, nice.
See? Nice. See, there's the other one.
So the poor bastard who's manning this torpedo, did he have to sit in the
I don't know whether he dropped. I have no idea. I presume it landed and they lowered it. They don't fly the thing and drop the sucker like a torpedo.
The worst job in the world.
That's the totally worst job. And now think of these guys. If you were going into New York Harbor and there's only there are 2 of them, do you die when you ram into the ship? Or if you swim away, where are you going to go? You're going to crawl up and go to Wall Street and go, I surrender?
It's not a great outlook, no.
So that's cool, eh?
That's fantastic. I like that's the side. I look at your point about the stability of it, right?
It's very stable. There's a metal rod running through it.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, there are no metal rods for the floats. The only limitation, as you'll see in a moment with this kit, and we'll go back to the photos, is the struts I had to redo them.
Oh, okay.
Because some of them didn't fit and they were weak. This photo here shows the wing root is not that great when it attaches. So you gotta fill it. And I use this photo shows a strip of white styrene.
Oh, they're that big, huh?
That big. So there's a bit of elbow grease to this sucker.
Yeah.
But once you put it in, and you sand it, you can't see it. Those are the engines. They're okay. You can't really see them anyways. And when you paint them up like this.
Yeah, I mean, this scale and the opening for the nacelles is not.
But here's
but they're good detail.
They are, but here's one thing I did note. I don't know if I mentioned this to Rarebird models, but they give you the propellers in the same pitch, the same angle. They were not on the real aircraft. You notice the pitch on the propellers is different for some of the engines, and so I had to change them.
Well, so how'd you do that? Did you just cut them off?
Cut them off and reposition them with one of those. What do you call those?
Those
tools from
those alignment tools.
Alignment tools.
Yeah, the propeller alignment thing.
The other thing with these things is the 3D print is so fine that you see these counterbalances in this photo. They're very fragile.
Oh wow!
So I just made them out of metal.
Yeah. Where do those go again? Show me on the aircraft.
They basically go on the underside of the wings. We're close to the.
Oh yeah.
See.
Just like the Luftwaffe ones, yeah.
Yeah, extremely fragile.
They stole that from the Luftwaffe.
I think they did.
Probably.
I think they did. So I just used copper. Now here's a photo that shows an example of
because the Luftwaffe
struts.
is better.
Yeah, that's probably they flew this once. You see that Rarebird did a fantastic job, but the struts look like that, and you got to clean them up.
And those are 3D print struts.
Yeah, they're bent. I just use styrene. If you can ever get your hands on contrail struts for aircraft, they're long gone.
Yeah, they're long out of business. Eh?
Get it, because those things are gold if you're going to do this type of work. There is the struts that you get with a kit below on the green background, and see there's the new ones I put in. Much stronger, much...
Styrene again?
Styrene. See, that's another close-up.
Now, how would you build the struts? Like, are they just strips? Are they
strips?
strip styrene.
That's it. That's all it is. And then you put a hole there, kind of where they go, and it's a little tricky. You see those little in the photo. They got these little vertical ones
braces,
on it. Yeah. You got to measure it.
Supports, yeah.
But hey, you know, I scratch build, so there's no magic to it. It's just eye it and figure it out. Now there is an example where you got to use a God hand cutter. This is an example where there's a couple of things we're going to talk about in a moment. Tools that I think you need for 3D print kits. So a God hand is a godsend for this type of thing. Now let's talk about the dolly. Is it called a dolly, trolley, whatever?
Trolley dolly.
Trolley dolly. It comes with a kit. So back to the model. We're going to take the model off. They give you this in the kit. That's the original dolly that these things sat on. You know, Robert, you can see it.
No, that's not one piece, is it?
No. They give you all that. You have to put it together.
Put it together.
Now, the only thing...
That's a model in and of itself.
It is. The only thing that I have a complaint with... see, Dave, you see the serrations where the mounts from the lattice are? It's... If you... I put them like it's on the bottom so you can't see them. That's the only limitation... With all due respect to any 3D printing parts, is you get these tiny little sinkholes, which are just hard to fix. But if it's on the bottom, you can't see it. But this thing's actually pretty strong when you put it together, and it does hold the aircraft. Notice the supports match the floats.
Yeah.
And I painted aluminum. I don't know if that's the correct color. This base I did myself. I bought this thing at Michael's. And I used my vinyl cover, my Cameo 4, to make a mask to do the fasces here, the marking.
No, this is raised here. Was this?
Yes.
Does it come like that?
Yeah.
And this is wood?
Yeah, it's wood. Got it at Michael's.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's like a mini Lazy Susan.
Nice.
And so I thought
that's a nice...
right? So you can use the masking
great.
machine to do these types of things. Right? And I just blew that up from a scanned image of the one of the decal markings. So back to the photos, I just used aluminum spray to do this. AS12.
That's a great color. It's the same color as the LP.
Oh, I love it.
In their lacquer range.
Yeah, I love it.
LP7, LP11, something, but
LP. Yeah, what the AS12.
that's AS12, but in their lacquer, the bottles.
Right.
It's fantastic. It's a great base color. Yeah.
This photo shows, as usual with 3D print, there are some imperfections, so you gotta sand them away. So this is pretty basic to modeling, and you can see here I primed it all in spray can. Tamiya, like a size of this model, I use a spray can to prime it. I wouldn't use an airbrush.
Really?
Nah, because it's so big. Right?
It is big.
Now here's an experiment.
That's psychedelic. Look at
Here's
that.
an experiment. I don't think it worked, but you can kind of see it. You can take different colors and just randomly modulate the aircraft, pre-modulate. Kind of like with a splatter mask.
That looks like parts of the Berlin Wall.
It does, doesn't it? And then you apply the top paint in thin layers. You can kind of see it, but maybe I put too much.
You know what? I was looking at it before. The modulation on it is quite nice.
You can see it.
So there's something there. Like I don't know if
Maybe it was. I don't know.
I don't know if you would have gotten there just using white.
True.
Right.
True.
Like I use, but
true.
I don't know. I think. Yeah, the colors. I don't know. I don't know if they really.
Yeah,
it looks. I mean, it looks impressive.
I don't know if you're right. I don't know if the colors worked, but the pattern. Worked.
Yeah, but I think you could. Do you get that just using white, and is that enough to?
True.
But it is. But it does. I mean, it does look nice, and there is a nice variation on the wings and the fuselage like that. That's.
I mean, it's kind of hard to see.
That's some of your nicer modulation work, Harvey. I gotta say.
It's kind of thank you. It's kind of hard to see. Well, you do modulation. We talked about this off camera. You seem to do it by your eye on your armor. I can't do that. I hit the model with a heavy contrast, and then I blend it with the airbrush. You seem to just get it right away. It's your eye.
I guess, yeah.
So back to the photos. There's the initial white basing I did, and I thought it wasn't enough. See, do you know what I mean? That was done first, and then this. And again, we just talked about it. I don't know if it helped, but it did something.
I agree. I think you have to do more than that.
Yeah, because
otherwise it looks like a crop field, right? Like
yeah. These markings that they gave for the kit are excellent. But like any large marking, especially like the ones on this aircraft with no white background, I just did my own masks.
Yeah, because there's a lot of carrier film.
It's a lot of carrier film.
Yeah, right.
So that's
Good call.
that.
They turned out really nice.
Oh, it's great.
They
I
turned out
think
really
yeah.
nice.
There's nothing better than painting on your markings, right?
Yeah, I guess I'll find out when I do the Qatari, but yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, looking at this.
You got to do more on how you lift the film off that sucker.
Yeah, we'll do an episode on that for
should
the Edward D for sure.
So this is a computer screen that just is what it looks like if you're using the Cameo. It's called Silhouette. That's the design software. It's a bit of a learning curve, but you scan in the decals and then you refine them on your cutter, and then it cuts it as a mask. So that's what the computer screen looks like, and that's what you get. You get these masks that you can place in your
so the 125-8, that's not on here.
That's not on there. Hey, you got a good eye.
Right.
That's not on there because that's hypothetical.
Oh, is that for one of the armed ones?
That was supposed to be the markings that it might have been if you went and entered into actual service. The ones that they test flew did not have that marking. So if you want to build this like I did, the one that actually flew, she had no markings on the fuselage. Now, by the way, when you're going back to the photo, when you're putting those markings on the wings, you have to use a clear frisket support tape on top of it to place it on the model. Otherwise, you're going to have, you know what I mean? The tape lifts when you put it down. You follow? If you don't have a top sticky sheet to guide you to place that mask, because it's so complex, it's going to shift.
But so I get what you're saying. So that frisket or whatever that you're putting on top to lift it and to place it, you have to make sure that the adhesion of that is weaker than the adhesion of the underlying
absolutely
mask, right?
correct.
So otherwise, when you lift it, everything.
Absolutely correct. And you get that frisket through the Cameo printer. They have products.
I gotta order some because I think I'm gonna need that for placing the.
I have some for you, but if you want to buy, yes.
Okay. Or let me know what you.
You go to Michael's and get them for, like, you can buy them separately.
Can you? Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
so-
you will need it.
Yeah.
Maybe for the what's the name of the company that does
The one man
yes.
army. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
I don't know. I've never used them, so I can't comment. But now here's a photo of the model just prior to.
Sorry, just one more point.
Yes.
I think that really helped. Like in this case, because you have, like the mask isn't all continuous or continuous.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Because you have the
Yes.
circle.
Yes.
You have the outline, and then you have the individual fascies.
Correct. They're floating markings. If you can.
Yeah, exactly. So you need something to keep them
Yes.
fixed, right? So that's where the
Yes.
frisket comes in. If it's a single piece, where it's a single marking and everything's together,
That's okay.
then I think that's probably okay.
You're good. That's
But-
that's exactly it.
Anyways, we'll get into more detail on that when I do the Qatari one.
It,
for sure.
think of simply if you were
But I
doing
think you're right. You need a
right?
frisket. Yeah.
Like if you were cutting out like the letters of the alphabet, you're going to have a problem with the letter A because it's
Yeah.
got that tiny little
a little triangle.
triangle in the middle,
Yeah.
right?
Or B's, right? With the
Or
little-
B's,
Yeah.
but you won't have it with a T or an I. So that's what the frisket. I call it frisket. So this is just the. There are decals that you need, and the most notable one is you see the manufacturer's logo in this
Oh,
photo.
the white Cant on the side. Yeah.
You need that because it's got like the Cant 511.
Yeah, it's too detailed.
It's
to do in the mask.
you can't.
Never.
And I use the Mark software. And it worked
Although
perfectly.
I'm sure the folks at One Man Army would be able to pull
Yeah,
it off,
but that's the thing with Italian aircraft is they all had that logo, but it coincided with the type of aircraft. Right? This one, if you look at it, it says 511.
Yeah.
Others would say 506,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's stunning. I love the look of this.
I love this aircraft.
I mean, I'm not a big.
Well,
actually, you know what? I do like some of the Italian. I do like Italian aircraft. That's not true. I was going to say I wasn't a big fan, but that's a lie. I do.
Look at the lines of this thing.
It's gorgeous.
Have you ever used this stuff? Pastel. It's pastel that you get from Sears or Michaels. It's like it's not like a dry, dusty thing, powder, but it's got something that sticks. And I just use this to reinforce the panel lines.
Oh, okay.
It's just put it on dry.
Never heard of it.
But by the way, last night we all experiment with stuff. So this is the first time I'm going to announce it. Say that maybe I've landed on something. my wife she's got this hair color stuff you buy at the drugstore. It colors your hair. So she's using it, and it's kind of like a pasty type of thing. It comes in different colors. So what idiot do? I steal some. I take some from her, and I put it on one of my models, and it turns into a mud-like substance, which you can then play with, and it's got. Maybe we'll show you in another. I'm working on a M39 personnel carrier, and I'm starting to use it on that. It's hair color.
Huh.
And it's as a mud thing. Now,
because it's got some texture to it.
Not only that, but I found if you use the powders with oils and you put it on, you have to take it off, right? When you take it off, usually you can take off most of it so you can see the underlying color. This stuff always leaves a very thin film of that color. So if that's the effect that you want, sometimes it's like it's not all
like a transparent.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I'm going to work that a bit more, and I'll just
I'm assuming that's water soluble.
It's
right?
water.
Yeah.
And I know that we call the hairspray technique the hairspray. I'll call this the hair color.
The hair color technique.
First time you heard it on Garage Studio Modelers.
Wow. Well, you'll have to do something on that.
I'll refine that. There's a picture of the base again we talked about that you can see up close that I use the vinyl cutter. That's the model sitting on it. Very pretty. There's a close up.
It's a beautiful aircraft.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it's really. And the size of it is impressive.
Totally.
Like when you picked it up and you were like, kind of like, it's just wow.
I think the Italians said, you know what? Let's screw the Germans and build something as big as we possibly can, just to screw them. Right?
That's impressive. It's impressive.
It's impressive. There's the wing markings again in the photo. There's no film because
it's the best way. Yeah.
It's the best way for this. Yeah. You don't have to worry about it. And that's the issue scale.
So it is good. Yeah, nice.
And we'll cut back to us. So the only things left is it does come with a Bombay. Replace the struts. It does come with this ladder, this little boarding ladder, and from
doesn't look like it's high.
Apparently, the photos they did it on purpose. You know why? Because they had some sort of platform, like a boat or something going. It's not attached to the float. So, but I thought about that, and I go, well, that's round, but that's the way it was supposed to be. That's
like a 3-story climb.
Yeah, it is. Jump up. Now I forgot to mention this part, and then there's this part. There's a part here that gives you the door opening. There is a bit of interior detail in that section, so I left the door open. Now the funny thing is, you notice there's no aerial here.
I was going to say, but Harvey's lazy. And
I can't find any photos or any evidence that there was an aerial line there.
Could be. There's, I mean, towards later in the war, like the Mark 9 Spitfire had no aerial.
Oh.
So they would run everything. Right? Yeah. So over time they figured out how to do everything inside
maybe
there.
Maybe
that's what they have in here.
Or they didn't have time to put it on. I don't know.
Yeah.
The floats are also 2 pieces, and you can see the rivet details just immaculate. So
that's very nice.
They're coming out with another French. How do you pronounce Lacouture? Lacouture. And apparently the company has been kindly offering me to build it, so stay tuned for that. And so
very
that's
nice.
all I got.
Oh, you were going to talk about...
oh, yes.
Yes.
How can I... Thank you for that.
One of the main attractions here.
So, 3D parts come on this stuff, right? That's the lattice.
Yes.
That's the supports.
Yeah.
Now, this is a ultrasonic cutter. Okay. Now, I bought this off Amazon Canada. It's from a company called Fabater, Fabater. There's many companies. HonBoost makes one. Now, I'm not knocking HonBoost because I think their customer service is excellent, but I bought one and it didn't do anything. I tried it, didn't do anything. And I'm not knocking the company, but I've read a couple of reviews that there's the odd model that's a lemon. So if you're listening, you make great products, but watch your quality control. I had to return it. So would I do business with them? Absolutely I would, because they were trying to help me. I said, look, it's so easy to return in Amazon, and I tried this one.
And you got, so this is off, so you bought it off Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. Now, it's got this one, it's got this locking mechanism to take, because that thing is sharp. So this is for the kids in the house, and they're going to play with Daddy's ultrasonic cutter. It's got settings on it, see? Now, if you buy one of these, I think it's imperative, Dave, that you get one if you've got delicate parts.
Yeah.
If you snap them, they'll break.
Now you can, like I know for, we talked about this in the past, right?
Yes.
Like for some of the Allied tank periscope guards and light guards.
Yes.
You would put you would dip the part in hot
Correct.
water, like hot water out of the
That
tap,
helps.
not boiling water.
Thank you. That's
and
good
that
point.
softens everything.
That's a good point.
But if you're doing something like this massive, how do you and you're trying to get inside? Like the nippers don't get inside.
No.
Right?
No. So you what you do is you cut away most of it with your usual diagonal cutters. You can use a God hand to refine it.
But you have to be careful though, because even like the vibration of cutting something can break something.
It does,
right?
and it happened to me.
Yeah.
Especially with the struts. You know what else I did? Stupid me. Oh, our producer's running out of batteries.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break.
And come right back.
Right back. Okay, we're back. Now we're gonna show you how to use one of these things. Now this one I bought from Fabater or Faberter. You plug in, but you can buy.
But it doesn't charge. It doesn't.
No,
there's no battery.
Not this one.
Not this. So it's always plug in.
Always plug in. So it is. But here's the cool thing. Comes with this case. This neat little case. They give you.
Watch the blade.
Yeah.
Put yourself in
They
there.
give you this thing to cut on. It's called a screw pad.
A screw pad.
I don't know what it is, because you might screw it up.
Is it magnetized?
It's magnetized. Looks like it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? You got a magnet here?
I don't.
No, I don't think so. It doesn't look it. No?
Interesting. Okay.
But look at this. Look at all the blades they give you.
You get
ton of
10
blades.
blades. How many blades?
Look at this. Let's open one up. Look. They give you a lot of spare blades. There's like 10 of them in there.
Oh wow.
And they're different sizes. A number 6 straight. Get it? You got like a number 4 30 degree. There's quite a few. See? They give them all to you.
It's incredible.
That's quite a few.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So-
7 times maybe 70 blades.
Wow.
They give them all to you. Plus an instruction book.
Not bad.
Yeah. Which is pretty basic. And believe it or not, it's actually in proper English. Not that I'm criticizing my Asian Chinese brothers, but you've seen some of these.
Oh, that's typical.
And by the way, I speak Chinese fluently, but I'm not knocking them. But sometimes they need a lesson in English. That's not bad.
That looks alright. Looks fine.
That looks okay. Right? It tells you how to use it. Now, so am I asking you to go out and spend? Well, I think if you're going to do this type of work, I need it.
Well, they come down, right? Because initially you can get a sonic cutter for less than $500.
Yeah. Now this
Now,
one's 200 and who
200,
knows?
and then maybe there's they'll continue to come down in price.
Now this is just a piece of test stuff. You know the mistake I made? It's called the dumbest mistake ever. Yeah, I've made 2 mistakes that are so dumb in modeling that I'm almost afraid to tell you I made. Number 1 is I did a
Deciding
race.
the scratch build everything?
Well,
No.
yeah,
That's
that's
not dumb.
pretty dumb.
That's talent.
I was working on an F1 car, a 1/12th F1 car for a client. It's almost ready to go. I'm doing the final gloss finish. Instead of putting a gloss coat on, I didn't read the label.
No.
It was white,
Oh no.
and I had to redo it.
Oh no.
That's stupid ass number 1 mistake. Stupid ass number 2s with these. I found out the hard way that there are tiny parts located within these lattice mazes. They're hidden inside.
Like
that-
parts for the model?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And so I'm cutting away going, okay, where's the piece? Oh shit. I was working on this at a Legion Hall. This is a true story. And I go, it's still in the garbage up there. So I go up into the Legion. A Legion Hall is like a veterans association. So I go back up there, and they're doing a military ceremony. And I'm in there going, I just need to get into the garbage can. and That's a true story. That is an absolute true story.
I could, yeah.
So don't do the stupid Harvey.
We've all been there. Yeah.
Check for parts because they're hidden inside. Now, to use these suckers, this is plugged in. It's got settings. I always put on high. When you hit that, that means it's working. You can't tell if it's working.
No. So it's actually, it's actually,
it's vibrating.
Okay.
But take it off, it's off. Put it on, it's on.
Yeah, it
now,
doesn't look like it's moving.
I'm going to do a bit and I'll let you try it. Now, if you take a piece, let's take a piece off because it's just junk. Okay. If you take a piece, you don't do this. Don't try to cut it. Don't force it. What you do is you let the blade do the work. You just touch it. Touch it. Look at that. It cut right through. You can hear it. You hear the screech?
Yeah.
You touch it. Just touch the part. And a little pressure. Try it. Don't do this. So you got to hit that button. Just touch the part. It's microscopically vibrating.
Yeah, let me go further down where it's not so.
It'll cut. You hear it?
Yeah.
Did it cut?
Yeah, it went right through.
Went right through. You need these for very fine parts. I can't. You have to put them in hot water, but you can get close with this thing.
That's amazing.
There you go.
I gotta get one.
Did you hear it?
No.
No,
I heard it a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
it means that the blade is vibrating.
Yeah.
That's what.
Well, but here, I mean, you can tell it's vibrating. Like if I cut something that's not, right, that's not secure.
That's not secure. It's not doing anything.
But still, look at that.
But you can still
like butter.
It's like butter. So I wouldn't try.
So this is probably what 40,000 RPMs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
something like that. 40 hertz, whatever the thing it is.
Vibrations per second.
Yeah, and I always put it on a high. I just found low didn't do much. But I knew the other one wasn't working because when I put it to anything, it wouldn't cut. This one's cutting.
Yeah, I can feel the vibration.
There.
That's amazing.
It took it right off.
Yeah.
You get to get one.
I'm gonna get one.
See?
Yeah.
So that's how you use them. And I only use these for 3D lattice, removing the supports. I do not use these for regular polystyrene. Otherwise, you'll wreck the blades. So use it only for this purpose. Is it an expensive item? Yes. But if you're a serious modeler and you're going to do all these fine work, you got to get one. Can the camera pick up the sound?
Yes.
I don't have to make any sound.
Usually go in the middle of the blade. There, you cut it, right?
Yeah, it's cutting.
You go further. There you go.
I think.
Yeah?
Maybe because there's, well, I don't know.
I find that the middle of the blade works better than the tip.
Yeah.
And you have to apply a little pressure.
Yeah. Just a tiny bit. Just
tiny
touch
bit.
It. Just touch it.
Just touch it. See? If you push too hard, it actually doesn't do anything.
I'm a fan. I'm going to turn this off.
That's it.
That's fantastic.
And it's nice that they give you this little locking thing so that you don't poke your eye out. And please don't do this. Don't put it on your finger. Let's see if this works. Like it's...
God, no.
Don't do that.
It's a trip to the emerge.
Yeah, no. It's going to give you a nasty little cut. There's a locking mechanism. Unlock, lock. You just turn it till you find it. Turn it and then lock it. It's not going anywhere.
So what's on the top of this?
Oh, that's a tool to change the blade.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, the tool to change the blade.
Oh, okay, look, there's an Allen key in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well thought out.
So what do we do when we model? We have to buy these tools.
That's part of the fun of the hobby.
And I'm going to get some of that UV stuff you do.
Yeah, I'll send you and I'll put the link in the description of the Qatari.
If you just type in ultrasonic cutter on Amazon, you'll find them.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch that come up.
They're all kind of the same.
They look. Yeah, I was looking at some earlier because I was thinking about getting one, but yeah, I mean, if I had any doubts before, they're gone now. Like after this demo,
right?
Yeah, it was amazing.
You use it yourself, right?
I'm a fan. I'm definitely getting one.
Just remember that Men for Hair commercial? You're not only you owner, but you're a user or something. You see that? You're a user or whatever.
User.
I'm such a loser when I have these. And it all fits in nicely.
Hair Club for Men.
Hair Club for Men.
Hair Club
see?
for Men.
And the wires fit in there. And it's kind of a neat little protective case.
Yeah.
Now it's called Fabiter, but they got this logo, which is like I don't know.
The only thing I might get, like I know you can get either plug ones or battery operated ones.
It'd be nice to get a rechargeable without the wire.
I mean, the nice thing about this though is that you always have power and you always it's full and it's going to work. Whereas the battery, you know, does that wear down over time?
Maybe you're right.
Right. So
maybe that's why they did it that way.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's a
That's
car
beautiful. Yeah, I'm a fan.
You're a fan?
Yeah, and that's a beautiful build.
Thank you.
That is a beautiful build. That's impressive. Like I saw pictures of it, but
you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it in person. No, the
that's
pictures
why we do this live.
The pictures do not do it justice when you see it in person. I have to say that for sure.
And your Coterra 109 instrument panel was just brilliant.
Yeah, that's the kid. That'll be a fun build.
So yeah, again, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah. Please hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.
See you next time.
Thanks everybody. Take care.
Bye.